Welcome to the 18th episode of the Accidental Sportswashing podcast. We have my favorite two people here, Ryan and Josh. Ryan has decided to join us again, thankfully. We haven't scared him away yet. Let's hope we keep that going. Yeah. I just realized, I feel like we're really stupid for not realizing this before. The weeks of the podcast have been correlating with the following weeks of the NFL. I just fucking realized that.
Well, technically it's Thursday right now, right? My days of the week is all thrown off, but there would be a Week 18 game today, and not a Week 18, be an NFL game and an individual. I guess we're on pace with the NFL, aren't we?
I mean, yeah. Well,
I guess you could say that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're the first episode is gonna go down in the iceberg, the accidental sports washing iceberg. But so we're always technically one episode ahead, but we just didn't record the first one.
Yeah.
So, all right, but just hopping right into it. NFL last week. I don't care. We're starting off with this. Well, we're starting off with this. Giants over Indy, 38-10.
Thank God we won this game. Oh my God.
Yeah. It was so.
It was
I was like,
yeah.
Thank God.
Just going, but it was crazy because I was kind of drunk. I was I had $200 in my bank account. I got $50 from betting. I was fuck it, I'm going to the game. So I spent $110 on tickets. And I'm so glad I did. Getting there and back was a pain in the ass, but it was so worth it. Daniel Jones is him. Daniel Jones is him.
So
I don't give a fuck if it was the Colts. It's him. And that shit with Kayvon, you could tell. I didn't even realize Foles was down. So it's bro, and I was looking directly at the game. So how is this motherfucker on his back? Oh yeah, he's gonna turn his neck all the way back so you can see him, bro. That shit is just so stupid.
I think the reactions to the whole Kayvon Thibodeau thing are so overblown.
It's
not
because
to say it looks bad, because it does look bad if you know, oh shit, Nick Foles is down with a serious injury, but why would how would he know if he's celebrating getting a sack? Which
exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't blame him, and
I
people
mean,
are acting this is the most disrespectful shit ever. It's
yeah.
No,
and
it's not.
And I tweeted about it. It really reminds you of the people, all the people going in on him, the character issue people, the fucking racists who just because he's a big black man who like to sack quarterbacks. Oh yeah, character issues.
Yeah, there aren't I think anyone trying. I think as you mentioned, this feels like just people trying to find a reason to hate Kayvon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I get it. It's not a great look. I totally understand that. And I think even the post game quotes, people were trying to get on him for not knowing who Jeff Saturday is. Jeff Saturday hasn't played since 2012, and I'm pretty sure there were quotes around the draft that Thibodeau didn't know different guys who were drafted by the Giants. He's not. This isn't a guy who's 35 and watched Jeff Saturday in his prime and grew up in his high school watching Peyton Manning Colts. I mean, I'm sorry, but I biggest NFL fan in the world, but I didn't know who Jeff Saturday was until until maybe 2 or 3 years ago, because I didn't grow up watching Jeff Saturday. I was very, very young at that point in time. You know what I mean? Are we gonna get on NFL players because they aren't
the most knowledgeable?
With
Ryan, you're cutting out.
They're as Tim said, he's paid. All I give a fuck about is him getting signed. Oh, I'm cutting out. My bad.
Yeah, you were.
My bad. Am I good now?
You're good now. But, yeah, you're completely right, because it's just hilarious. But getting back to the game, honestly, the Giants did what they had to do, and the only thing that sucks is how much money we're gonna have to pay Daniel Jones now. I'm still not fully convinced he's the quarterback of the future.
I'm still not really.
But he's the quarterback. Either. He could be the quarterback for the next 2 years. I will say that.
I feel like let me just see what he does in the playoffs. If he doesn't do that great, I'm not remotely sold on him. I'm still really on the fences in general. I just want to see, okay, is he capable of doing this in the playoffs, or is he not against better teams? And
Yeah, I mean, but we'll see. But moving on to the next game. What was the next game? My bad. Oh yeah. So then we didn't talk. Did we talk about Dallas, Tennessee last week? We did, right?
Oh. Yeah, I think so.
We did.
I think we did.
So then Arizona, Atlanta. Wait, what? Okay, this game, yeah. The amount of fucking quarterbacks starting this year, it's why the fuck was David blow starting this game. Please explain this to me.
This
And
is
why-
like really testing, like, any NFL fan's knowledge of the game right now, because it's like, I did not know who he was until he just randomly.
I mean,
got
I
picked
know
up
who he
and
was
played
because
this
his
game.
name has been mentioned a couple times, with Detroit stuff. But like, why the fuck was I didn't know where he was, so. But yeah,
That's
Ritter
so weird.
Ritter got to
Just
win.
at that
That is
point.
all that fucking matters. Desmond Ritter got to win.
We're pushing out
Desmond Ritter
again,
got to
man.
win, man. I don't care about shit else. Like,
Oh my god. Okay.
but yeah,
Um,
that was
I don't really have anything else to say about that game.
yeah. Anything from
Game
you,
was
Ryan?
kind of just a throw in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of just a throwaway game.
And then, all right, then you have Detroit absolutely fucking wrecking Chicago 41-10. Jared Goff looked good, but once again, it was the oh wait, timeout. Just in the Bengals Bills game is gonna be called no contest. You know, prayers for
wow.
Damar Hamlin. Thankfully he's looking better. You know, he's getting better, and I remember.
I think we
he
should
was-
like talk about this once we actually got to it.
Yeah, but thank God he's feeling better. But getting
Yeah.
back to it, yeah, Detroit absolutely just fucking ran over Chicago, and once again,
Justin Fields was really bad this game.
Yeah.
Like you can't deny that.
Yeah.
The whole team is just a shit house.
I mean, he
Like,
did
I
have
don't know how,
132 yards rushing, but 7 for 21 with 75
Yeah,
yards
that's-
is just absolutely fucking atrocious.
And a fumble lost and an
Yeah.
interception. So yeah,
When
it
your
just doesn't
leading
look
receiver has 2 receptions and 27 yards, that's a problem.
good. So it's tight end, right?
Yeah,
oh my
Komet.
God.
Cole Komet. How do you say his name? It's Komet, right?
I think it's Komet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Komet. I've only
Yeah, that
heard.
makes sense to like say Komet.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Jamal Williams 144 is just insane.
You just have a really good like offensive core right now. All they need is a quarterback and a better defense. Which I mean, that's a lot, but like
Yeah.
their core of like offensive guys is pretty good, honestly. And they're all very young as well, so they could still get better, and their ceiling is still very high up.
Mm-hmm.
They're also going to have, a top 10 pick and then a top 20 or top 22 pick or something like that, depending on I forget where the Lions are going to sit, because the playoffs obviously are a
Yeah,
big factor in
depends.
that. But they're
Just-
at least going to have the Rams
Oh,
pick.
okay, all right. So, NFL says the AFC Championship will be played at a neutral site if the participating teams played an unequal number of games and both could have been the 1 seed. So basically, if the Bills make the AFC Championship game, it'll be played at a neutral site no matter what.
That's cool.
I mean, yeah, that
Okay.
makes sense. Makes sense. But yeah, like sorry for the interruption, but yeah, the Lions do have a lot of potential moving forward, and I'm finally glad they have a half decent coach. Like, this has to be one of the funniest coaching cycles, because you have like 3 very good coaches, and then a couple really bad ones. Like, because you have Daboll, you have what's his name in Miami?
McDaniels?
McDaniels?
Yes. And wait, shit, he wasn't hired this year. Never mind. That statement was completely wrong, because
Wait, McDaniels wasn't hired this year?
Like, wasn't he hired this? I'm pretty sure. He was
yeah,
hired
Mike
this season.
McDaniels was this year. I was for some reason I was thinking what's his name got hired this year. White dude, Detroit. Burley.
Oh my God, how do we forget his
The
name?
head coach.
Yeah,
Dan Campbell. No.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell?
Yeah, Dan
Yeah,
Campbell.
it's Dan
He's in the
Campbell.
Lions.
Okay,
He was
yeah.
hired. This is second with the Lions.
Yeah, okay. But even then, it just shows you how bad coaches can be. But moving on, then you have New England over Miami. I feel bad. I honestly do feel bad for Miami fans, because New England,
They were so good to start this.
like Bill Belichick is always finding ways to just fuck shit up.
It's just
Like, I feel like this
completely
year he's
different.
purposely tanking, and he can't even do that right. Like, he always just finds a way to fuck niggas up.
Dude, he did such a bad job with the quarterback situation as well. It's like he was trying to do as much bad as possible, as you said, like basically trying to tank, and he's still fucking 500. It makes no sense whatsoever.
and
how that
there's
even
a
happened.
chance they might make the playoffs too.
Yeah, they control
With
their own
that team,
destiny.
it's insane.
Yeah,
It's winning in for them.
And they're playing a Bills team that just lost, just just practically watched a player die on the field and get revived. So, that's
Yeah,
it.
I don't-
The Bills though.
Oh yeah, but you don't know what that shit could do to somebody,
No, I get it.
So
It's like I don't like this, especially since like wasn't that was a Monday night game, so they're going on short rest plays. So
yeah, I mean I don't know if they really played. I mean they only
short
played.
rest like going over. It's gonna.
Ryan.
Wait, am I tripping?
Ryan, I think he cut out.
What happened?
I
Oh, I
think
might
he
cut
cut
out.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna cut this out. Hold on, give me a countdown. 3, 2, 1. But yeah, this game was just I don't. That's just fucking absurd that New England's in a spot to really make the playoffs if they decide to. But moving on. Then you have New Orleans beating Philly. This is the best possible outcome for me because New Orleans pick gets worse, which Philly has, and Philly loses, and now they might lose the division, which would be after all this shit they've been talking this year. I don't like the fucking Cowboys, but I hate Philly a bit more. So seeing them get fucked over would be really, really funny, honestly.
I think we were very, very premature with our takes about Jalen Hurts. Let's say that.
I mean, no, I still think he is good, but like if you,
I think we like underestimated his value in a way because like Gardner Minshew did super good against the Cowboys, and he was awful against the Saints. It took it was like some 70-yard touchdown from AJ Brown for him to get a touchdown and to like bulk up his yards. So it's generally a lot worse watching the game than seeing the stats.
yeah. And I mean, New Orleans, showed they have a decent defense. Not much else though.
Andy Dalton did pretty solid as well.
Yeah. How the fuck? Oh my god, I hate Tom Brady so much, man.
What did Tom Brady do?
Why the fuck? 432 yards? What the fuck, bro? I'm talking about this game. I really don't want to talk about this game. Fuck Tom Brady. Like, Tom Brady has the strongest devil magic known to man. Like,
I'm pretty sure he just takes steroids at this point.
this game, no, because there's
he might be
some
on
fucking
ACH.
spiritual shit going on. Because what the actual fuck? How the fuck? Like, if you were watching this game, like, how the fuck did they win this game, man?
Wait, you thought they lost?
No, I thought they were. I thought they were going to lose though. Like
Yeah,
the way the game
they
was
were
going.
down pretty big early.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
down very.
Like I don't
What
like.
I don't.
What were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say what I don't understand is how the Panthers allowed Tom Brady to do the exact same move with Evans 3 times. Like it wasn't even like he scored 3 touchdowns on what was essentially the same route and the same play.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. Like as a defense, you're playing for your season, and this is like you can't make one adjustment. I don't. Tom Brady all year has kind of struggled to be consistent, especially with Mike Evans. They haven't had that connection all year, and then they just blow up for 3 touchdowns. Like sure, man.
Yeah, but
Like look at these box score stats, right? Evans has 10 receptions, 200 yards. Godwin has 9 receptions, 120 yards, and a 2-point conversion. Like what the fuck is that? That's insane.
it's just fucking absurd, man.
It's the fucking Panthers. I don't know what to say. They're just a shit team.
Yeah, but moving on, man. Well, and now this also means that Tampa Bay wins the NFC South, ruining fun for everybody else. So that sucks.
Oh, that's such a bad
Yeah.
winner for a division. Oh my god.
Then moving on, you have Cleveland over Washington. The rapist played horribly, and somehow Taylor Heineke and Carson Wentz played worse. That's pretty much the analysis for the game.
I think he's getting slightly better.
Yeah, I mean, but his weapons are
he
carrying
still
him.
had a lot of rough moments.
Yeah, like
in this.
Amari Cooper and Donovan Peoples-Jones and Chubb are putting in a lot of work just to save,
Yeah.
Because there's no, like, this motherfucker went 9 for 18 and had 169 yards but 3 touchdowns. Like, let's be serious.
I think that's all just a Nick Chubb carry job.
Yeah, it
And
literally was.
Carson Wentz just
Literally
played
was.
awful.
God.
He had 3 interceptions this game, and all 3 of those interceptions were pretty awful. Let's just say that.
Yeah. I mean, it was just fucking hilarious. They were showing the interceptions on the game at halftime, and everybody was cheering. It was fucking hilarious. Like, we have nothing to do with the Commanders. Like, they're below us. But it was just hilarious. Like, everybody was like, fuck them. It was hilarious. But moving on, my boys, Jacksonville, the Jags, 31-3 over the fucking Texans. I am over the moon. They didn't. What's his name? I always mispronounce his name. Etienne. Etienne.
Travis. Yeah, I think.
Okay.
It's Etienne.
Yes.
Travis.
He
Etienne.
had a fantastic game. He fucking ate. Like, T-Law didn't have the bestest of games, but he did what he had to do. And they're really put themselves in the spot to make the playoffs, which I'm really excited to see. I really when I started doing the article, I was just really just rooting for them, honestly, because they have a big redemption story from last year of having to deal with fucking Urban Meyer at head coach, but and I'm really happy for them, even though Doug Peterson's not my favorite person. He's
we all know what he did in 2020, so let's not praise him too much as biased Giants fans,
Yeah, but moving on, then you got a fucking overtime thriller with Jared Stidham as the leading passer. Why?
Were you surprised by how good Jared Stidham was for most of the
Yes,
game?
I'm really pissed because I was scared for a second that because the San Fran lost. Then them and the Vikings with spots, and that potentially means we would have to play the 49ers round one instead of the Vikings.
Oh, we could get
which is what we don't want to see. But
yeah, no, dude.
George
when I saw
Kittle was
Brock,
insane.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say when Brock Purdy fucking I don't know if you guys saw that pass. Where he just fucking floats it up.
Yeah.
I think it was about to get hit or some shit like that, dude. I watched that game like it was a playoff game for the Giants. Like I need the Vikings in the first round. Man.
Bring them
Such a
on.
fluky ass team, man. It makes no sense the fact that they're as good of a record as they have.
What
It's
the
like
fuck,
some-
man?
It's straight up it's inconceivable. I know it's kind of off topic, but it's straight up inconceivable for the Vikings to have so many wins in one possession or less situations.
Yeah, it's
it
fucking
makes
stupid.
no sense.
Yeah. But moving on, the Jets fucking getting crushed by the Seahawks 23-6. Mike White was just fall of greatness. Another couple week wonder, regressing to the mean, or his mean at least.
They just need a quarterback, and at least they have a good enough draft position to get a quarterback. But right now, it's pretty rough.
Yeah.
I think the Seahawks are kind of back in form. It's a big win. What are their playoff chances looking like right now?
I think it has to be a tie, right?
The Seahawks.
Yeah, for the.
I'm pretty sure if the Seahawks win and the Packers win.
Oh right, the Lions. Wait, isn't that the Lions have to win because they beat?
Oh yeah, they have to. The Lions have to win because they beat the Lions.
Right.
Yeah. So
What
if the Packers win, no matter what, they're in. If the Lions win, but the Seahawks win, the Seahawks are in. But if the Seahawks lose and the Lions beat the Packers, the Lions are in.
Yep.
I'd love to see it.
And Geno Smith looked really good. Sunday.
Yeah.
I think Geno needed for him, and I think on top of that, Geno Smith has put together what is going to be, a season that's going to get him paid this offseason, and rightfully so.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're an NFL team, and not just looking at the Seahawks, but any team that feels like they're a quarterback away, Geno Smith, I feel like he's bordering that tier of quarterbacks where it's not, not the guys you look at as the Joe Burrows and Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allens of the world, but you can, if in the right situation, you can say, yeah, this team can be a serious contender in the postseason. Geno Smith, I think, obviously I'm not going to look at a performance and 1 week and say he's a great quarterback, but he's done this all year, and the Jets are a really good defense, and he was surgical against them. So I think, that's good for his stock to make sure it's not the beginning of the season was a fluke. This is what he is now. I believe in Geno Smith. I think whatever team signs him is going to get a pretty good quarterback in Geno Smith, and I don't think he's going to get a contract that people are going to look back on and say, oh, that was an overpay, or that was an overreaction. If you pay him like Tannehill got paid after his season, I think you're going to end up with a more talented quarterback and one that is going to be rightfully paid. And you could probably get out of that contract with how the NFL has cuts if anything goes south.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah. So just heading on from that. LA over LA, 31-10. I honestly forgot about this game happened. It's pretty much what we all expected. You know.
And Cam Akers are pretty good.
Yeah.
Generally, I think it's just a complete domination from the Chargers end.
Yeah.
Herbert did really good. Eckler did really damn good. 122 yards with 10 carries.
I'd honestly be pissed if I was what's his name? If I was Eckler because he was like 2 yards off the rushing leader for the game, just one behind Akers. But,
yeah.
You know, you get the win, you're happy at the end of the day. But
and it keeps the Chargers' playoff chances very well alive.
Yeah. But then moving on, then fucking my man fucking Mike Tomlin pulling it out with Kenny Pickett and scoring.
He's just always going to be. He's always going to have a season above.
Fuck all you bitch ass Western Pennsylvania and all you other fucking racists who are dick riding Mike Tomlin because he wasn't going to give you a winning season with one of the worst rosters in team history. Fuck you. Fuck you. If he makes the playoffs, I want that man to build a fucking statue right fucking now. Opened up in a fucking week. Like, do you know how, like, the shit, like, the amount of shit this man has probably had to do in the locker room this season just to get them to, like, 5 fucking wins. Absurd. I need y'all to respect it. Do not ever talk about firing this man again. Ever. I don't want to fucking hear it, you fucking losers. Like, Jesus Christ. Kenny fucking Pickett. Kenny, yeah, smaller hands than my fucking grandma. Like,
Okay.
put some respect on Mike Tomlin's name, man.
He had some good throws this game, though. He had some really, really good throws.
Oh, yeah, but he's still not an above-average quarterback, you know? And
he's
that roster...
also a rookie, and he's been hurt, hasn't he? Hasn't he had injury issues that they've had to go to Trubisky during the season, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, and the roster is dog shit, so...
They could make the playoffs. What they would need to happen is the Jets to beat the Dolphins, who the Dolphins don't have Tua, and the Bills, who have Josh Allen and are playing for something, to beat the Patriots. So I'm not saying that it's it's extremely likely, but it's not like I don't think it's one of those situations. It's definitely possible. If I mean, think about it. We could see a Mike Tomlin team in the playoffs again, and then for a second consecutive year, we're kind of like, what? How the fuck did they get here? Mm-hmm. And how many times has Mike Tomlin taken a team that has no business being competitive to above 500 season or a better than or a 500 season? I mean, I'm thinking the last few years. 2 years of Ben Roethlisberger after Tommy John surgery, the year that Ben Roethlisberger had Tommy John surgery, and then this year. Like, those are 4 straight seasons where you have no passing game. And this is an NFL where this is a league where you need passing. You need to have a competent passing game.
Like, even if you have
taken 4.
Like, even if you have a top-tier running back, unless he's Saquon, who's been hurt, thankfully, God bless.
They don't even have a good running game.
Exactly.
Like, Najee's good. But, like,
you don't have that top-tier offensive line anymore. Right. And even if you have a top-tier offensive line, defense are going to figure out, like, how they did in Dallas with Zeke. Thankfully, they have Pollard for them. But, you know, even if you have a top 7 running back, either A, they'll fall off, or B, your offensive line will fall off. So the fact that he's, like, been able to drag all these teams to winning records and to the playoffs with Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow in his division... And now next year the fucking rapist is gonna be leading him. So if he's able to make the playoffs next year, I legitimately want to see the statue outside.
If I'm not mistaken, this could be the 3rd straight season the AFC North sends 3 teams in their division to the playoffs. So he's been doing this, as you mentioned, in a very tough division and a very tough conference, right? A really fucking tough conference. Mike Tomlin, if you don't think Mike Tomlin is one of the best coaches of the modern era, I think we can say that at this point. When you're consistently every single year in this league above 500, even after losing your Ben Roethlisberger, who was your franchise icon and was your long-term quarterback, and even when he was struggling, they didn't have a running game. They didn't have offense. He had to orchestrate some sort of offensive plan. Mike Tomlin Mike Tomlin's going to be looked at a lot more favorably after he retires, which is unfortunate because he should be appreciated more now. And if I'm not mistaken, he's not even that old, so that's going to be a pretty long time from now.
Yeah, I mean...
It's going to be
He should go. He definitely should go down as a top 10 coach of all time. Honestly.
Yeah, but I'm also just kind of interested. Like, assuming the Steelers make the playoffs, they're probably not going to go that far. I'm interested to see how they're going to tackle this offseason, knowing that they still somehow made the playoffs, but don't have, like, the best, I guess, assets necessarily to get that much better.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I mean, hopefully they can cook some shit up because I hate seeing black man have to go through that shit again, but we'll see. And then, we get to Monday night. Like we said earlier, just thankful Damar is doing better. And but yeah, that shit was scary. Like, my night was legit like that. Like, I wasn't even watching the game. I forgot what I was doing.
Process the entire thing the moment it happened, or like did it take you a while to be like, oh shit, this is actually really bad?
It was just like, damn. It was like, that sucks. Like, it just took a while for it to set in. It's like, damn, a nigga died,
I was like watching the game, and I was like, when the tackle came in and when he fell to the floor, I'm like, okay, he has a concussion or something. And then it became worse and worse, and everyone was like huddling in the field. I'm like, okay, like that was like the moment, like, oh shit, this is actually really bad.
Yeah.
And like the more news you get, the worse it feels like it's getting. You're like, holy shit, is he actually gonna die? So it's really good to see, him getting better, slowly recovering, even if he's still in really bad condition.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm just thankful he's doing better. Like I love that he got hey, that's really fucking corny. Like, I hate that people are saying it again, but I love that his first, one of the first things he asked, did we win? Like, that was. But then when the doctor said you won the game of life, I'm like, nigga, really?
I mean, it's corny, but
if I hear that shit 5 more times, it's gonna really bother me. But I'm glad he's doing better. And if he makes a full recovery too, that'd be beautiful, man. But hopping, this is sad. This is really the staple of the podcast so far. So, I mean, obviously we're gonna have playoffs, but then after that, after February, we're gonna. Oh man, this sucks. But our last regular season predictions for our first season with the NFL and the podcast. Let's just jump right into it. Tomorrow you have Kansas City at Las Vegas. I mean, making predictions this week is also kind of hard, just because you don't know who's gonna be resting and who's gonna be starting. Give me Vegas, I guess. Give me Vegas.
Vegas looks pretty impressive, though. I think are the Chiefs kind of locked as the number 1 seed in the AFC?
I don't think they are.
There's also the Bills.
So with the neutral site thing, they also are playing to win, because if they win and the Bills lose, they'll play in Kansas City. What they don't want is to end up in what would have been a quote unquote tie, because then it's a neutral site. They probably will. They want home field advantage.
Yeah, and considering how good Jarrett Stidham was last game, I don't think the Chiefs want to necessarily, go all back, with their reserved guys and shit. So I'm assuming Patrick Mahomes is going to play at least some of this game. And if he plays some of this game, I'm picking the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, I agree with that. Then moving on, you have Tennessee at Jacksonville. Give me Jacksonville, baby. Duval, bitches. Give me playoff time in Duval, baby. Playoff time.
Jacksonville making the playoffs is a way more interesting scenario than Tennessee, so I'm picking Jacksonville.
Yeah. Same here. Also, because think about it, that would be, you would have Trevor Lawrence making his playoff debut, and Trevor Lawrence is, I mean, obviously last game wasn't great, but for the most part, over the last 10 weeks, has been playing excellent football. I forget who they would play, because they'd play what? They're the fourth division winner. So
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they'd have the worst record out of all division winners. So that would mean they either play a team like I'm really bad at this.
Yeah.
They either play the Chargers or the Ravens or maybe even the Bengals. I think are the Bengals already clinched in their division?
I think they clinched because
Yeah.
So I mean that's a winnable game, honestly. I think that's a winnable game, especially with home field advantage.
I want to see Jackson. I want to see a Herbert Lawrence matchup. Those are two really young, good quarterbacks in this league. That'd be a fun matchup. That'd be fun. I'd watch that. And you don't look at either of those two teams like the top 3 or 4 team in the NFL, but those are both fun teams. And who knows, if Jaguars get past that game, anything can happen.
Yeah. Then moving on to Sunday, you have Tampa, Atlanta. I mean, once again, is Tampa, because Tampa has no real reason to play.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, Atlanta is. I mean, they're kind of like hit or miss with
Yeah,
like
I
how
mean,
they play.
give me Atlanta, sure. Give me Atlanta. Give me Atlanta.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go Atlanta. Fuck it.
I'm also going Atlanta. Ritter has something to play for at least. You know, even if he's not the quarterback next year, he wants to have a market. So, yeah, he wants. Yeah, I think this is what year 1. So I mean, like, there's someone who's going to be interested at least. So, he has something to play for. So yeah, I'm gonna go Falcons.
Yeah, definitely.
Then moving on, you have New England at Buffalo. This is one of the games that really, really does matter.
I don't think
Give me
the
Buffalo,
Bills
man.
would be like super shell shocked over the situation. I feel like in a way it'd be the opposite, where they'd be super motivated.
Yeah,
To like
that's fair. Yeah, give me Buffalo.
I guess not to like. I guess to like commemorate their teammate. So I'd go to the Bills, just because they have this like extra motivation to do something.
Yeah, I respect that. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah, I think I think the Bills are going to win, and I think Josh Allen's been a quarterback who over the last couple of weeks, the turnovers have become like a big issue for him. He's kind of bound to have one of those big games. I think this is going to be one of those big games where he just fucking puts up those video game numbers, and just carves up the Patriots defense. And quite frankly, I mean, not that I think the Patriots are like a bad team or anything, but you can have a good defense, but man, it's just hard to keep up with the Bills' passing attack or their offense.
It's Josh Allen, like.
Yeah, and you've got Mac Jones.
Not to mention Josh Allen as a rushing threat. So
yeah,
it just makes things so complicated.
He could go out there, and I think he's going to go out there and drop like 3 touchdowns before the fourth quarter starts. Like it's going to be some like he's bound to have one of those huge games. Like he has to at this point.
And he always plays really good. I mean, he's been playing really good against the Patriots recently. Over the last, I think, 4 games, he had 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So he's just bound to do insane, I feel like.
Moving on, then, you have Minnesota, Chicago. I mean, this game does matter for Minnesota, but I don't really see San Fran dropping Arizona. But yeah, give me Minnesota. I mean, I don't like Minnesota isn't that good, but Chicago's just that bad.
Yeah. I'm also interested to see if this will be the game where Justin Jefferson potentially breaks the receiving yard record. Because how far off is he right now? Let's see. He is, I think, roughly like 250 yards off. Is that impossible to reach for him? Or like
I don't think
plausible?
So. That Packers team really hurt him, man.
Yeah, that was a bad game for the Vikings offense in general. So, so like he has 1,771 yards right now this season. So in order to reach, let's say like 2,000, he'd need, let's see, 229 yards. And even then, 2,000 is not even like, no players ever reached 2,000 receiving yards. So I think it's pretty possible that he gets like 200 and breaks the record or something.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully for him.
Yeah, if you're Kirk Cousins, dude, just like fucking air it out to Justin Jefferson.
Exactly. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah, like honestly, like, and this isn't me trying to like shit on Kirk Cousins, but like, be a good teammate here. Be a guy. Be a guy. He doesn't even need to. Does he not need? He doesn't need 200. He needs a little bit under 200 receiving yards to get to that. He's put up 223 against the Lions, so. It's going to take a miracle, a little bit of a miracle. But the Bears are the team. They're not even playing Justin Fields. They said he's injured. I don't believe that. I think he's maybe a little sore, and I think they're trying to rest him and protect him for next year and make sure, anything that could be remotely considered an injury, they're going to sit him at this point. They're not trying. They want to tank. They want a bad. Exactly. They want a really, really good pick. They want awful. They want to be as terrible.
It makes sense.
Yeah, Jefferson. I want Jefferson to break that receiving record. I fucking love Justin Jefferson, but. I don't love the Vikings though. I hope that's different. But Justin Jefferson want him to get it.
But moving on, Then you have Houston at Indianapolis. No, no game of the week. No game of the week.
I'm not talking about this.
Yeah, no.
I hope both teams rot.
I agree. Moving on, then you have New York at Miami, another game with some playoff implications. So, I mean, Miami.
I mean, Tua still isn't playing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, but is Mike White gonna actually be decent this week? Eesh.
I mean, he hasn't been playing all that great for like the last few weeks in general. I don't see why this game would be the one where he suddenly turns it up, because it's not like some generationally bad defense.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
Bears
gonna
or
call a
something,
tie here.
I'm gonna say the Dolphins win this one.
Yeah, I think the Dolphins win this. I mean, we're talking about two not good quarterbacks, but at least we have like Tyreek Hill on one side of the ball. I mean, Garrett Wilson's good, but he's not Tyreek Hill. So.
Wait, does anyone know like the implications it would take for Miami to make the playoffs this season?
Win and Patriots lose.
I mean,
that's not.
Yeah.
Okay, that's definitely not possible.
Yeah, they're gonna play to win. They're gonna play to win.
Yeah, for sure. So
They have to.
Yeah, give me Miami.
Yeah.
But then moving on, then you have another game without really any playoff implications. It should have if it wasn't for Devil Magic. But Carolina and New Orleans. Give me New Orleans, honestly. I think I would still pick New Orleans regardless because I feel like New Orleans is just the better team in general.
Yeah, like especially after all the calamafuck shit that happened against the Bucks, there's no way I see like New Orleans losing this game.
Yeah. Andy Dalton's actually been a decent quarterback this year too, so I think that
Like, apparently he's like a third down god. Like his numbers at third down are insane or something.
He's quietly been like okay this year, which is good for him. I'm not like a Andy Dalton fan or anything, but like, good for him.
Exactly, good for him. But moving on after that, then you have the Rapist versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is I'm giving Pittsburgh. They're gonna be fighting hard for this. I think that defense is gonna cause.
The Browns don't really have anything to play for at this point.
Exactly.
Also, did you hear the stuff about who was it? There's like a player that was going to leave the Browns after the end of this season. Let me try to find out who it was. I swear. Wait, hold on. No, wait. Like, I can't not find this.
Well, we'll circle back to this. Then moving on, then you have LA at Denver.
Wait, dog, I just got the tweet.
Oh, okay.
So it says, Browns Jadeveon Clowney tells Cleveland.com, 95% sure I won't be back. I need to be around somebody that believes in me.
Damn.
So that's interesting.
Damn.
So
That
I
sucks.
think that, I mean, to be fair, a person that I follow that's like an insane nerd when it comes to football, says that like the point of an edge rusher, the number one edge rusher, is that you don't need to consistently hunt for mismatches, which is what the Browns do with Myles Garrett. So I guess in that sense, it's like they aren't really giving Jadeveon Clowney like a chance to really, do something or like to maximize his potential ability in that situation.
Yeah.
So I guess he's not really like wrong about like saying that like the Browns don't really believe in him. But like I think that's like not the right thing to say.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not like he had like a career year and like, I don't know if he's really in the position to bet on himself, but to each his own. Moving on, then you have let's just speed run through these. LA at Denver, give me LA. Well, Chargers, I should say.
Yeah, Chargers.
Yeah, I'd say Chargers.
Then you have New York at Philly. If they have if Hurts starts and he's like actually alive.
I think Hurts is expected to play this.
But if he's like if he's not fully healthy, give me New York. If he is fully healthy, give me Philly.
Yeah, I think
it. Well, go ahead.
You could go.
No, go ahead. Go. Because you're probably gonna say what I was gonna say anyway.
Yeah, because I think what I'm trying to say is the Eagles still have a lot to play for here. Because if they lose this game, the Cowboys could take their division spot, and that causes a lot of interesting stuff to happen in the postseason. And it won't go the way that, I guess they were expecting before Jalen Hurts got hurt. So they definitely got something to play for here. And I think I have Sleeper booted up, and they're saying that Jalen Hurts is going to play. So I think the Eagles might win this just because they need to win this, and they have their quarterback one healthy.
Yeah, but
I agree with everything you said. You said exactly what I was gonna say.
yeah, but after that, you have the other team, the Rams, were at Seattle. Give me Seattle.
Yeah, I would probably go Seattle because the Rams are not good.
Yeah. just
Smith's about to ball out for that final game, get him over 30 touchdowns, get just really pad those stats a little bit. And I want to see them in the playoffs, kind of. I mean, I don't know, not that I want to play them in the playoffs, but like it'd be a nice story.
I'd like to see him in the playoffs. I think we could take him in the playoffs, honestly.
I want the Lions and the Seahawks to both. What I don't want is the Packers. I want the Lions and Seahawks.
Honestly, I can't have the Lions making it because I bet my roommate, who's after we lost to them, because he's from Detroit. So he was talking all this shit. So I'm like, we're a playoff team. You're not. So if they made the playoffs, I really have no ground to stand on. So I'm personally rooting against every scenario. Go Packers. Go the Hitler lookalike. I really don't like him as a person, but I really need Detroit to lose. So, for once.
Now here's something kind of weird, right? So, some person tweeted this, and it was like the last time I think Aaron Rodgers had, I think it was double-digit interceptions, or it was like 11 interceptions exactly. He won the Super Bowl, which was all the way back in 2010, 2011.
If he wins a Super Bowl this year, I'm convinced that this shit is scripted. Because I think every other team in the playoffs should absolutely beat them. So if they win this year, it's so scripted.
Yeah, so he has 11 interceptions this season, and the last time he's had 11 interceptions was in 2010, and he won the Super Bowl that season.
Oh, and the game we accidentally skipped over, Dallas, Washington. Give me Dallas. I feel like they have more to fight for in Washington. And Sam Howell's getting his first start. I am glad he's getting a start, but against Dallas D.
Sam Howell plays this game.
Yeah, but Dallas D is just brutal to have your first start against. And
Dallas
D that's fighting for a first seed, by the way. And like that is kind of ridiculous.
So brutal.
Everyone's like, yeah, Taylor Heineke, what a good guy. Like, no, he just doesn't want to get fucking murdered. Jesus. But that's the last NFL coverage of the week. Of the year for the pod. That's kind of sad.
Until the playoffs.
Yeah, but I'm saying, for the regular season. But just hopping right into
crazy.
Oh, you know what else we have to talk about real quick? So this finalist class for the NFL Hall of Fame. It's just absolutely insane how many guys got snubbed. Like, it's absolutely... So these are the finalists. You have Darrelle Revis, good. Joe Thomas, yes. Devin Hester, Torrey Holt, Reggie Wayne, Andre Johnson, Dwight Freeney, Jared Allen, Patrick Willis, DeMarcus Ware, Zach Thomas, Darren Woodson, Rondé Barber, Albert Lewis, and Willie Anderson. But the amount of guys that got left off was just so sad. Like, you had guys, like Steve Smith Jr. has been talked about a lot. And I do believe he deserved to make it over. But, so these are the some of the finalists that came up short. Steve Smith Jr., Anquan Bolden, Fred Taylor, Hines Ward, James Aronson, London Fletcher, Vince Wilfork, Robert Mathis, Rodney Harrison, Ricky Waters, and Eric Allen. And it was, it was fucked up because I was reading this at first and I was thinking this was the finalists. And then you just realize you're like, oh shit.
Those are the people that didn't make it in.
Exactly. So if you had to choose 5 from that list, who are you choosing? I know personally I'm going with Darrelle Revis, Joe Thomas, Patrick Willis, DeMarcus Ware, and then I think I have to go Reggie Wayne. I think I have to go Reggie. What about you guys?
So for my 5, I think Revis, Thompson, Holt, Wayne, and then Andre Johnson is probably my 5. Like, there are probably. I'm not saying my 5 is like the 5 it has to be.
But
they're definitely. It's tough.
You're putting all those guys over Patrick Willis.
Oh.
DeMarcus Ware.
I'm kind of not gonna lie.
Reggie Wayne.
It's tough because like even when reading this list, like I'm like, okay, this guy's I'm like Hall of Famer, and then it's tough because you kind of like reading the list is reading that list, you're trying to figure out which 5, because you're trying to figure out which 5. You have to be okay with 10 of those guys not getting in, and which guys are going to leave off. Which is, I mean, I understand that's, and the NFL, unlike with like baseball, and baseball Hall of Fame talk is also going on, but that's a little more cut and dry in the sense of like you can kind of I think you can speed run an MLB Hall of Fame list pretty easily. I don't think you can speed run an NFL Hall of Fame list, if you get what I'm saying. There are straight up positions where stats don't even really exist for them. You know what I mean? Like you're thinking offensive line, defensive line or like secondary. It's kind of tough because, you can't really just go off of interceptions, and especially since we're talking about players who played in the past, not in this era or in the last 3 or 4 years, the data for them is just, it's like, what's the data that exists really for secondary players? So NFL's tough, man. It's really tough. I feel like it's one of those things where it's the most subjective of the 4 major pro sports, and I think that makes it the most interesting, but also means that there are a lot more snubs.
Yeah.
It's just so hard. Oh my god.
So Josh, do you have like at least like 2 or 3 at least?
Yeah. So Patrick Willis, Andre Johnson, and Reggie Wayne are like, I think, players I'm out at it. But there's so many players here that I don't want to leave out, and I don't know which ones to leave out.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so hard.
All right, I'm giving you 10 seconds. 10.
Bro, why?
9.
Okay, why are you doing this to me?
8. 7. 6. 5. 4.
I'd probably add Woodson, maybe?
Okay.
And did I say who did I say?
We only heard Woodson. Woodson was the only one.
Did I say where?
No. So Woodson, Ware.
Woodson, Ware, Johnson. Who else do I have? Woodson, Ware, Johnson, Willis, and then probably Willie Anderson.
Oh, but then you're Darrell Reeves, Joe Thomas.
Oh my god.
God. But we'll see. I
insane.
definitely think it should be more open, because there's no reason more MLB players have a chance to get in a year than NFL players when there's 52 compared to 9. But that's topic for another day. Just some quick NBA. The Knicks, man. What's going on, guys? Like, it's just so confusing. Like, Rando's playing even better than he did.
Just cursed.
Yeah, I mean, Randall's been playing better than he did 2 years ago. So it's just like, can we just? I'm glad this is better improvement from previous years, but I just like to see actual consistency. We're playing like a good, decent team, but whatever. The Warriors are like in a hilarious situation right now, though.
They're like so inconsistent. They lost to a buzzer beat. They lost to a Sadiq Bey walk-off buzzer beater against the Pit. Like, what the fuck is going on? And they're the type of team to completely blow out a team like the Celtics, and you immediately lose to like the fucking Pistons the game after.
Yeah. And
so I have no idea what to make of them, because they are so bipolar of a team. Not to mention Jordan Poole is like a player that's like, I mean, if he plays with Curry, he's good. If he comes off the bench, he usually doesn't do that good. Yeah. So it's like all these like different pieces that are going on that don't really match together. Like, I don't know what to make of them. Like, they're a good team, but like some of these losses are so bad.
Yeah. But moving on, one discussion I wanted you guys both to answer this. One discussion that I've seen, I feel like it's really stupid, but one discussion I've been seeing. Would you rather have Donovan Mitchell's 71-point game where he went 22 and 34 field goals, 7 and 15 from threes, and 20 and 25 from the free throw line, or Clay's 54, 21 and 39 field goals, 10 for 21 on 3-point percentage, but only 2 free throws all game? What
Mitchell?
I mean,
yeah,
not even
like
close.
Thank
Mitchell.
you.
Oh,
Because
okay.
people,
It's still 71 points.
because people are saying
free throws. Drawing fouls is a skill.
Exactly.
It requires skill. I'm sorry. Like, what, you want less points because he did it on more field goals? Like, that means more shots that other players can't take. I mean, free throws they're free fucking points, man. I don't understand people's obsession with trying to make things more difficult than it has to be.
He shot more free throws.
71 points.
Evil. Like, come on,
People
man.
need to be dealt with.
Yeah, I'm glad we're all on the same page. But the Celtics fans are the most hilarious group on earth. And I still follow way too many of them because every time they lose, they act like it's hell burning over. They're calling for Mazzulla's head. But it's like, motherfucker, you are like, let's not act like the fucking weirdo was one of the best coaches. Like, he got better over time. And he showed to be a really good coach by the end of the season. Unfortunately, he's a fucking weirdo. But why are we calling for Mazzulla's head off rip? It's just, and we just hit the new year. Like, can we please relax? Can we please
I feel like
fucking relax?
a lot of the issues with this team aren't necessarily coaching based, so I'm still not big on their style. They have games where they just don't know how to shoot and they still keep on shooting. I think most of it is just, some of the players are just brain dead sometimes.
Yeah.
And, this is not necessarily... And, you could say that's partly coaching, because coaching kind of touches on, every kind of aspects in some way or another of basketball. But it's, at some point you just got to, tell the players themselves, the players...
Do better. You do better,
you got to do better.
Exactly.
If you shoot, 25% from three as a collective... That's not the coach's fault. That's just the players not knowing, really, how to score a fucking three-pointer.
But yeah, just moving on. Yeah, Celtics are just fucking weird. But I really need Zion and Pelicans to stay healthy because, they're just so exciting to watch when they're all healthy.
He's out for, 3 weeks?
I believe so, yeah.
I think. Yeah. I think they should be fine for now. And then once he comes back, they should be back in a groove. But it sucks seeing him hurt, after all the injuries he suffered last year.
Yeah, it's a shame, man, because he was really strong. He was really going strong. But
they were legit first seed contenders.
You know who else is playing strong though? The Kings. Sabonis is looking real solid, and that trade is looking like a win-win for the Pacers and the Kings, honestly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, I would say the Kings want a little more, but the Halliburton's still a decent playmaker. But I mean,
yeah, I think it's mainly a win-win because I think it's been shown over and over again last time that Fox and Halliburton couldn't play with each other. Because Halliburton would do good, but Fox was having I think his worst season before they trade for Sabonis, and after that his numbers immediately jumped back up. It's really good scoring numbers, much better efficiency. He just looked a lot better. Not to mention the pick and roll duo that him and Sabonis had.
Yeah. But and then just after that, the MVP race is just a fucking shit show this year. You legitimately have 3 or 4 players who are all pretty worth it, who have who would be deserving. You have Tatum, then you have, I still think Embiid deserves some credit. You have Jokic, and then you have Luka.
And Durant.
Exactly. It's absurd how.
And Giannis.
Jesus, it's absurd.
It's such a stacked.
But this is definitely one of the best playoffs. Best NBA
races.
And just in general, best NBA seasons in a very long time. I'm very happy for this.
It's just crazy unpredictable so far.
Yeah.
I'm just happy the Warriors aren't doing that good because
the Warriors and the Suns, they're both just all over the place.
Same with the Suns. I'm I know it's been really cool to hate on the Suns, but I really hate the Suns.
I mean, shit, I do not blame you one fucking bit. I don't. But yeah, that's pretty much it for NBA this week. Yeah, that's pretty much. But like I said, that's pretty much it for NBA. I just want to talk about some of the best and worst, clothing. Sports related shit that we bought in our life. I think probably the best two of the best have to be tickets to games. One was Game 2 versus the Hawks, which was just, I can't explain how insane that was, man. That game was something else. And this is the first game the one who shall not be named didn't start for the Knicks. So it was, the comeback was just insane. But then I think the other one is probably buying train tickets and Phillies tickets to and that was definitely one of the top 3 games I've ever seen in my life. That Jesus Christ, just fucking over Philly in that way. Just beautiful. Just beautiful.
I think my favorite sports purchases are just like attire that I bought. I guess like my Tatum jersey would be one of them,
Mm-hmm.
or I guess like the first jersey I ever bought was like I'm pretty sure it was like a Manu Ginobili jersey. And I still have it. No, because that's not random. The fuck?
I mean, it's not random, but it's like what kid's like, oh yeah, I want to from New York at that. Like I want a Ginobili jersey.
I don't think it even fits me anymore, but like
I'd hope
I still
not.
have it.
I'd fucking hope not. What about you, Ron?
All right, so we're going best and worst, or just the best for now?
Oh, well, right now we're just doing best.
Okay. So, probably the best purchase I made was I ended up getting. So this doesn't really count as a purchase because like I didn't spend on it. Someone else bought the tickets and gave it to me, but I did spend on food, so maybe it's a purchase. I bought tickets to go to take the train from Long Island. So I guess that counts. I went to a game last year. I hadn't seen the Yankees win in like 10 years in person. For some reason,
Jesus
they played like
Christ.
ass whenever I watched. And Anthony Rizzo to fucking walk off home run, and it was awesome. I actually ended up going to the game with someone I hadn't seen since the pandemic that I was like tight with when I was in high school in Brooklyn. Dude, it was fucking amazing. That walk off home was nuts, and then we were just yelling and screaming with a bunch of other Yankee fans who were definitely intoxicated. Like there was this one guy who he was with his girlfriend. Dude's just, I mean, he's at least like 7 beers in. Like, it's just crazy. And he's just like, let's go Yankees! Fucking yelling. We're yelling with him. His girlfriend's recording him to make fun of him later, which was,
I think, honestly, all my best purchases have to be tickets. Like, another one of my best purchases was, I bought tickets to a Yankees Red Sox game in Yankee. And it was the game where you guys lost because of a Higgy error. So they scored in the 12th inning. I forgot what game
that pass ball, yeah.
Yeah, fucking hilarious. Every fucking inning, every time Judge got up, just all right, just for him to do jack fucking shit. It was fucking hilarious to just watch Yankees fans just wither away, their souls just crushed. I love it. I loved it. But
dude, that's crazy pettiness.
Oh yeah, the amount of shit I've had to put up as a Mets fan, like I don't give a fuck.
No, I get that.
Yeah, like the Yankees are fine. It's just the fans, man. I like the team, but the fans, fuck you. Besides the ones I'm cool with, including Ryan. But the worst, I think top 2 is the Quitter jersey. Fuck Quitter. And then I think the other one was when I think I talked about this on the pod before too. I purposely missed an AP test to go watch Adam Ottavino get blown up for 6 runs against the Braves in like May. So yeah, that was
you should
not
tell our
smart.
AP teacher that.
Yeah,
that you skipped the
I
test
mean,
to
and the
watch
thing that
game.
sucked, I got a 3 on the second part of the test. So I probably would have been able to use it for AP credit if I got like a 4 or 5. But it's okay. We live and we learn.
I don't know if my worst purchase technically counts, because like I bought like for the World Cup, it was for 2018. I bought a ball, like this World Cup ball, and the thing is, it didn't even come. So I guess so I spent like $60, $70.
Jesus fucking Christ!
And something that didn't even come.
Oh
So
my God.
I guess that's technically my worst purchase because I wasted $70 on nothing.
Yeah, I'd fight somebody. What about you, Ryan?
It easily number 1 is buying a Baker Mayfield headband. He immediately turned into a pumpkin, got hurt. Like, I'm not even joking. The week it came in was the same week that the Texans, like, someone drove into his shoulder, and at that point in time, like, it seemed like a minor thing, and then, he played like dog shit, and then the Browns traded for a rapist, and Baker Mayfield is going to be a clipboard holder for the rest of his career. So, probably the worst purchase. It was, what I will say though, for the one week in which it wasn't a bad purchase, it was all right. But after that, kind of just collecting dust now. Not even a Browns fan. It's nuts. Like, shit just turned on a dime the second I bought that thing.
I actually feel bad.
The
Wait, so
second
if you
one,
burn it, what happens?
I'm not if I burn
It's not
it.
even worth it to
Yeah.
burn it, you know? It's not like
I'm not gonna burn it. I mean, I look it. I don't dislike Baker Mayfield.
Just
or
turn it
anything.
inside
It's not like
out.
I hate him now.
Can you just turn it inside out?
Yeah, I think that might be the game plan. I mean, wait, but I'm pretty sure Inside Out. It's one of those things where the way it's they have the text on it is that it'll just be there, but like
Damn.
inside, like yeah. And the second worst purchase I made was in 2021. I bought tickets to a Yankee game against the Royals. The Yankees were up, I believe, 2 runs or 1 run. Loaiza's on the mound. A ground ball to Tyler Wade. He double clutches to home, and then he makes the throw to second or first, and it wasn't in time.
Oh, God.
Or no, he double clutched for the double instead of turning a double play, and he throws home and it wasn't in time. It was something like that. But if he didn't double clutch, he either guns the run at home or he turns a double play. But he's a fucking idiot, so he didn't do either of those. So he double clutched, and the Yankees went on to lose that game, and that was heartbreaking because I had went to a game maybe a month earlier against the A's, where I also bought tickets for that game. Wandy Peralta's on the mound. I'm talking to my dad about how Wandy Peralta was a good pickup, and then Tony Kemp hits a 3-run home run off of him, and the Yankees go on to lose that game. So,
Damn.
to blow the lead. Yeah, it was just too bad. And then the Yankees won the 2 games directly after. The Yankees won the 2 I can't even. I don't understand, man. I don't. They were for like 10 years they just wouldn't win baseball games when I watched. Luis Severino got lit up for 12 runs, not 12 runs, that's crazy, but it was 7 runs against Boston when I went to see him pitch for the first time. The Yankees lost a close game to the Blue Jays in a game I went to. I mean, they just could not win. It was crazy.
Praying for you. But yeah, I think that's the perfect way to close this 18th episode. We love you guys. Thank you for sticking with us throughout this whole NFL season and hopefully many more NFL seasons to come. Thank you to Ryan and Josh, keep coming on with me, dealing with my bullshit. And yeah, love you guys. Peace and love.
Also, you need a picture of Wi-Fi.
Fuck you, Josh. Fuck you. Bye.